ebusia for so that's wrong ko nyankopon cheye nti no make sure so subscribe to Ordinary TV, like, comment your comment section. So click on the notification button for more news updates, a whole lot, and also your crew has say, and also about the case of Chief Justice or former Chief Justice Gertrude Tukununo ebusia for and some no akwakoye bebre. So right now no yankasa Okoe Boy Edin Sembi Ababontin our oche say dear His Excellency John Romani Mahama no and so any how pese or kwai nam so pese otuma mi we adeas to no ebisa for and say emfata entizian Okoe Boy di in Sembebre na babetuja history sha say 2019 Okoe Boy abubo so sa babeju 2025 intimate so be ka me ho ni akwakoti sema Okoe Boy edit jaba answer and make sure so subscribe to Ordinary TV, like and please share our videos to a lot of people and more refi. So we are back like on the notification button for more news updates.
All the three heads, they don't enjoy exactly the same thing, but they try to make sure that at least some of the things they enjoy. Almost say, I'll give you an example. All of them retire on their salary.
Yes.
Abambagbi retires on salary.
Yes.
That's not the point.
Oh, President Mahama, before he came, he was taking the salary of the city president, not even when he was president too. Justice Stockholm retires on salary. The other arm, when they are traveling, don't they travel with their spouse? Oh, God have mercy.
That is not the
so
point.
If Obi see the contradiction, President Mahama took choir and I grant him only a bonny or the Yemami Lodina as on some of the children took choir. Sebi wa ye juma di amanyami dina duha and your bonny and bonny saying that mamia why ye law a juma over 40 years. Oh, please, Obi.
No, but the travel policy allows the pay.
Obi,
wow, but please.
What am I so on no one yadria?
Yes. Now, only bibi. Made the lawyer you go to Bonkomo.
Yeah.
The lawyer for Justice Stockholm.
Sure.
Or me uncle to my friend. Or see Dr. Koboy, Mamin Kacho Bibi. Yeah, the policy to panel name say policy judicial council judicial service. Our former chief justice are usually say, oh, to choir. Oh, the spouse echo. But the Emma or Musisa can say instead of spouse, you can go with one person of your choosing.
Spouse or one other person.
Yeah, chief justice be no, not by divine way, no, or any spouse.
Only spouse.
And Jarina ko said here, yeah, cross spouse, bounce on nibi. And I say okay, and yeah, made it no be one. Yeah, kasa up to a no. No NDC person is referring to the travel policy of the judiciary. Obi, I want to dare the judicial service within 48 hours. They should publish as we speak. What's his name? Bafuboni.
Yes.
Acting. What to call me? So to call me, Minister Waba. Policy on Mojina so the 200 per diem. We want to see that policy. Obi. Oh, Obi. Let me tell you something. Yen dinu kwari wa my way. Now there are two categories of people. Udiomo Bonia. Pray that the Lord will have mercy on you. A widow and a woman who sits in judgment are ordinary query.
How Jesus
Obi, now him. Sheni ma dey palm amino. Obi o judge penyi. Ye ka se woko di Bible. Yes you dey no kun. Sebi enye be ma bi, but no kun atu kwan. Meanwhile, mo throw letter. The president who has written to sack Justice Stockholm because Stockholm told the husband travels with the wife.
But that's not the point.
Now, Obi, again, look, Obi, let me complete. I will dare state protocol and those who handle presidential travel. I dare them. They should bring travels made by Lodina in Mahama's first term, not even this term. And I challenge them, say, on paper, documents on the the state will make provision for per diem. Obi, now, me say, now you see, one of the ways to know, say, Obi per se on causing mischief. Now, you say, or a solid case, so we go after a chief justice, is to start laying hands on straw. Share the other one.
Transfer.
Now, transfer, no, Obi, before I even come to transfer, recommendation, Obi, middle justice lawyer, you go to call, or say, Mamino say, or no lawyer head of the judicial service, or the Supreme Court is born common, or manati say, cases no bo munim eno munama no ejuma no minimum. So ideally omunya some numbers a abebo ma ejuma no akokama kama because people complain say cases ni check. And are presenting this feedback from them by way of recommendation or status report to the president. And the president said, well, if this is it, then go through the motions so that we can know how to beef up the numbers.
Oh, Okoe Boy.
Now, Obi,
I don't want to talk about it.
You see, discretion, Obi, discretion. When you write a recommendation, is it a discretionary power that is enforceable and actually actuated?
No.
Oh, when you be ya battle say Oko, but you know what? I would like to console the woman with the story of Lot and Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
When Abraham realized, say, his followers and Lot's men were fighting, because his nephew, he called him, say, come, watch the north, east, west, and south. Choose where you want. And he chose what physically looked like the best place. But when he went there with his men, what did God tell Abraham? God said, now look west, look east, north and south, including by extension where Lot was. The one who ultimately gives rewards or punishes is the Almighty. If this woman is guilty, obviously she's guilty before John Mahama. But if before the maker of the heavens and earth, this woman is not, the end will be better than this today. She should take heart. Now, you know, human beings, we don't learn. My senior brother, Domelovlo, when he was removed, many people rose to fight for him. If I were him, I should have denied being included in this panel. Because you were removed from office before your time. And you were asked to be part of a process that will get someone out before their time. If I were him, I would have rescinded or how do you call it?
Opted out of the committee.
Yes. And if only he's the one who wrote that on Facebook, when I saw it, I said, wow, the gods would speak definitely. That the battle is what? Done. The strife is over. Why do you describe this as a strife? When you are going through a process to determine right or wrong, why do you call it a strife? I'm not surprised because he has a history. And I'm not saying it's bitter, but he feels, and it looks so, that he feels that he was removed unjustifiably. So if you are saying that there is a strife for someone who you think was also active those days, do I call it a vendetta, Obi? Now, Obi, what I'll say going forward is say, those who say the law is the law, you know the interesting thing, when Charlotte Osei was removed, was the law?
Obviously.
Charlotte didn't say that.
But Obi, although the law was the law, we had people, including John Mahama and the NDC, who said that there is mischief behind this process. Is that not it? If then the law, being the law, could be mischievous, what shows that today the law being the law is also not mischievous? But like I said, the woman, wherever she is, should take heart, like David strengthened himself in the Lord. Just as Domelovlo down the line sat in judgment, trying to do things that was done to him, maybe she might also sit in judgment tomorrow. Ordinary Ghanaian listening to Okoe Boy this afternoon wishes for, or would have been excited about, is for a judge who's going to take money and not letting the law work, but all the bribes. You see, permanent. And you make us say, President Mahama, nyamin shirao, unkwaso. But when you have a history of being a political party, much say, Moody, Mameno, and some judges were problem in opposition. Look, President Mahama met lawyers. These are all facts, and said, I didn't know any balance. I was saying, Muslim Meshemubi, Nanya balance. Them balance in Ayekano. Service, political party balance. Obi. There's a history. So the point I'm making is, I wish those people who were around John Mills, may so rest in peace. I wish my uncle John Mahama had some of them. Why am I saying so? There were people who told President Mills that sack Georgina, she has to go. In fact, to the extent that on you be beside the question face to face, meet the press. And our papa say, why are you still keeping Georgina Wood? And when I mean say, look, young man, okay, papa na come to you because I want the president can say, look at my face. Can you see my face? Do I look like a cat hunter?
A cat hunter.
And look, the summary of there are many ways of killing a cat. Only the child. It means that if you want to get her out, you can find a way to what? Get her out. Now, Obi.
Georgina Wood is a lady.
Obi. Yes. Obi. Unim.
Yes.
I feel sad for Justice Tokono because I know in my heart, says Sebi, on your political activists like Okoe Boy. I don't want to swear, but I know, say, Mami Way, me sure, say, apart from going to a polling booth vote, she had nothing to do with politicians. But I see that largely her sins were too. The mere fact that Akufo-Addo appointed her is one of her sins. Oh, say me so me come Adjo, say I can't Adjo. Obi. Another sin that this woman committed, in fact there were 3, is that when you talk to people, Obi, me a doctor, and so I speak to some lawyers. Apparently, Ghana ha, your culture be. Oya akwara in court, ejuma bi a o age, ewo from kakra, obe mu e bi a we di 10 years. Na ebi mu wo mu 20 years. Na edi overall boss be ma wa, e ya asem kese ma o. I've talked to some people who tell me that so the problem she had was that she was relatively young compared to some of
there were other senior judges on the Supreme Court bench.
We must get the context. And the third one is the first time I started asking my colleagues, who is this woman, was at the 2020 election petition. Obi, sure. Some of her questions were pointing. Or bisa question per question no unravel nyama. Na ultimately won say politicians na omuwo a particular position no mame no approach no na enye won there. Ghana enyi na eti aye free. Na unanimous FC obi free. Oh, mame we nyame mboano. You have politicians who went to court to play a psychological game because I'm a physician. They lost an election because they want their followers not to lose hope. They went to court and said that we didn't lose, we were robbed. When they got to the court, Obi, even if it had been Fachemi, footballers, doctors, if I was a Supreme Court judge, the case was so clear. Say, Obi, so unlike 2012 Akufo-Addo, where there was 5-4, all the decisions were split. Yeah. Because some of the cases we made that, people say, hey, I do where I say, yet not just say a whole presiding officer one sign, no what the law says that shall sign. Those things didn't happen in 2020. It would have been unanimous even for footballers, doctors, teachers, and nurses. Now, so I politics inti, Obi person who say, oh, you winning and I'm no umpire. Say, oh, court judges waiting on only unanimous FC. Obi. That thing had a way of putting them in the bad light to some of their followers. There's a background. And no one just say some of them Sebi Omoko and some money ebeji. And I will not mention the lawyer's name. There's an interesting coincidence. Lawyer na Justice Tokono Tabisa and say, Papa, they all can yentina afibo. Constrained to the point in my ass sometimes opening the court or behaving the way as a mommy way hammy. Mommy way den office or yeah, yi Tokono committee lawyer only the petitioners. Obi Sebi you know say na ambi. It's not a coincidence. Or the bamini ya asem and a che complainant na odi adi buy no ono odi nenim. Na Obi. Oh mobile say ya pamu ah yesi dem e buy ya. Obi Sebi fachemi. And yes Sebi Oko fa 2 kura na odi 2 kwan. Fachemi fa chemi.
Sure.
But okura odi ni tif.
No more na ensem so. It is. Utie na o share on my YouTube channel.